Welcome back. This is Learn to Read and Write Current Score in 10 Days Part 9. So far, we have already learned all our 25 consonants, all our 9 vowels, and all our 5 tones. How did you go with them? Today, we're going to learn what we call clusters. There are times when we're going to need to put two consonant sounds together, but we cannot simply just write the two consonants next to each other for the sound. So this is when we have clusters. So on the top row here are the clusters, and on the bottom row this is the sound that they make. So let's get into them. So the first one is a wa. The dash is where our consonants will go. So one thing to remember, clusters are not paired with vowels, clusters are paired with consonants. You can have a consonant with a cluster and a vowel and a tone together, but at the end of this lesson, we will learn what the order is to put them together. So this is a wa sound, wa, wa. We have two wa in the clusters, and it just all comes down to the words and memorizing which wa they use. So this is a wa, and for example, ma wa is moi. Ma wa moi, ma wa moi. Ba wa bois, ba wa bois. So those are the two most common one you'll see, the two most common consonant you'll see with the cluster wa. Next cluster is ya, a Y sound, ya. And remember the dash at the top is an indicator of where the consonant will be, so the cluster is underneath the consonant. And remember we have a similar vowel that looks like this except the leg is straight, so keep that in mind. This cluster is the leg under the consonant, a leg that we put under consonant, but it's tilted, so do not get it confused with the oo where there is one leg with a flick on the right hand side. And if we look at the cluster wa, it's one leg straight down with the flick on the left hand side, but this cluster ya is a slanted tilted leg with the flick tail going to the right hand side, so just keep that in mind. This is cluster ya. So with cluster ya, there are two consonants that makes slightly different sounds to how it should sound. So these are the rules that you'll just have to remember on top of your head and memorize them. So ga, ya does not become gya, it's a ja. Ga, ya, ja. Ga, ya, ja. And the next one is ka, ya. It's not kya, it's cha. Ka, ya, cha. Ka, ya, cha. But any other consonants pair with ya, for example, ba, ya is bia, how it should be sounding. Only the consonant ga and ka have different sounds, so remember that. Ba, ya, bia. Let's move on to the next cluster. It's a ra cluster, R sound. So this is ra, ra, and the dash is where the consonant will go. So this is a big square circle that going around the consonant. So this is ra. For example, ga, ra, gra, ga, ra, gra, ga, ra, gra. Next example, da, ra, dra, da, ra, dra, da, ra, dra. Let's move on to our next cluster. Is a la, L sound, la, la, la. For example, ma and la is mla. Here, because of the typing, you can see the ma and the la consonant the ma consonant and the la clusters are connected, but when we handwrite it and in some typing fonts, they are not supposed to connect. This is how the la looks, and then you will place your consonant where the little dash is. So it doesn't have to, you don't have to connect them, but in this case, because of the font, they are connected. So do keep that in mind. So ma, la is mla. And our last cluster is another wa. This is a wa. It's a small circle. It's not a dot, it's a small circle under the consonant. Let's see the example. Ga, wa, gua. Ga, wa, gua. Okay. So far we have learned all our clusters, all our 5 clusters. So have a look at this. When we are writing or when we are forming a word, a sound, we'll normally have consonant, the sound of consonant first. If there is cluster, our cluster sound comes second. If there is no clusters, we will look straight at vowels. If there's no cluster, no vowels, it will be consonants and tones. But if there's cluster, cluster will be second. If there are vowels, the vowel will be the next one, and the tones will be the last one. Okay, I hope that helps. We only have one more day to go, so keep up the good work. Well done. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.